3 prime ministers, 2 monarchs, and 1 recession.
Have a lovely morning.
Following a global pandemic which immediately followed Brexit, the UK was due a quieter political year. But instead, 2022 was an absolutely bonkers record breaker. In fact, there have been so many political stories in 2022 that we couldn't possibly squeeze it all into one video. So let's start with Boris Johnson, and you can check out parts 2 and 3 in the description below to see if Liz Truss and Rishi Sunak fared any better. Still reeling from the Downing Street parties that threatened to topple him over Christmas, Johnson began the year fighting for his political life. And Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February gave him the perfect rebuttal to any accusation. When the going got tough at home for Boris, he'd hop on a plane to Ukraine and show his support for Volodomyr Zelenskiy.
How are you? You're looking well.
Yes.
But he was never able to shake the string of allegations waiting for him back in Britain. He survived a vote of no confidence in the Commons by a narrow margin, but in the end, it was one scandal too many. It wasn't the fixed penalty notice he received from the police for parties held at his home during the height of lockdown, nor was it the revelations that he'd arranged for Conservative Party donors to pay for Downing Street flat renovations. In the end, Johnson's downfall came after his dismissal of groping allegations against Deputy Chief Whip Chris Pincher, who he described as pincher by name, pincher by nature. Rishi Sunak and Sajid Javid quit Johnson's government within minutes of each other, kicking off an avalanche of resignations, some after less than a week in the job. After announcing his own resignation, Johnson stayed on for 2 months while the Tories decided who would take the top job next. But his final moments in number 10 were taken up with planning yet another party. His wedding at a Tory aide's estate. Loyalists Jacob Rees-Mogg and Nadine Dorries were on the guest list. Meanwhile, there was little time left to put a plan of action together to tackle surging inflation, stagnation in the British economy, and a cost of living crisis that threatened to impoverish millions more people in the winter.
Thank you very much.
Check out part 2 to find out how that panned out.